Well,
yeah,
so we welcome
this
work. I take it this is one of the things you do for a living? People's names? I hope so.
Wait, say it again, sis.
I said I take it that you do this to generate revenue, breaking down people's names? I certainly hope so.
No, actually, we have not started to do that. This is just something that Madam Heaven has been doing this for a very long time, and she and I, who have come together, just basically with her teachings of sharing it with me, has brought me the gift of it. Me, I'm very good with numbers and healing with my hands, but now I since have learned that I have other things that I was unaware of, and this being one of them that as well. So, but thank you. That's a very high compliment. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm sure a lot of these listeners are like, well, shoot, I wish she'd do my name for me. So you might want to think about it if you haven't done it yet.
Well, thank you, my sister, thought of the Ankh.
Well, we want to thank our listening audience for tuning in with us today. You are tuned in to the Seed Dropper Homeschool Radio lesson on blogtalkradio.com. Our special guest today is instructress Dr. Yaffa Bay, and thank you for entering this classroom, this more room where you do get more, where you deserve more. If you have any questions, any comments, or observations, please give us a call at 323-927-2927. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back. The chat room is also open for any of those of you who want to chat with us live today. We will be right back with a very quick commercial break, and we will be right into our lesson. Please hold on.
Peace and love, sister. Root Mama Maternal Care is here to meet your womb health needs. Root Mama has helped women all over the country improve their womb health, fertility, hormonal balance, self-esteem, and family life. Explore how our signature service and products can take your wellness to the next level and at a very affordable price. Womb health consultation, birth planning, labor and delivery support, postpartum care, belly dance, and much more. Discover how Root Mama's high-quality organic products will enhance your well-being. Herbal blends, body butters, healing jewelry, and much more. Visit us online today at www.rootmama.org. Join our Facebook page, facebook.com/rootmama. Call us anytime, 682-587-ROOT. Again, that number is 682-587-ROOT. Consider Root Mama your community doula. A nation can rise no higher than its woman. Every woman and family deserves a doula. Visit us online, www.rootmama.org.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to the Seed Dropper Homeschool Network, where today we are going to bring forward a wonderful lesson today. And our title today is The Technology of Words. And we're going to discuss what words mean and what they imply and what is the intent of those words. Sisters, are you all hearing a lot of clicking? Or is this just me
a lot
only
of static?
hearing
I thought it was just my phone. You had that popping?
Yes.
I hear a lot of popping. I thought it was just my phone. So I
don't know if it's. I'm gonna mute myself.
I can hang up and call back if you want. But I don't think it is. There's a lot of signal bars here.
Hold on, let's see.
Well, such a powerful show, Madame Shaban. You know how they always want to listen in, so they just have it on high.
Yeah, it's very. Normally it kind of plays its way out. So, well, let's kind of see if we can work around it. If not, then what I may have to do is call back in. It might be my line. But what we would like to do, sis, is that if you can, when I emailed you and I talked about the technology of words, and your response was a great title. Is there anything that you would like to share with us in what you may have thought, or some words that come to your mind about that particular title, Technology of Words?
Well, the whole English language was set up to be a trick and a trap, and people's original languages were taken away from them because of the ability to speak things into existence. as Dr. Hannibal would say, which is Taj's son, not open sesame, open sesame, and people just misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes.
Yeah, I think when you understand what we're dealing with, how this language was devised to be, as our ancient American ancestors would always say, the shell man speaks with forked tongue. He says one thing and it's all about something else. And they knew it but didn't know at the time that the language was devised to be a device, meaning for trickery. So.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us. And what we were looking at in our mindset was thinking that we always talk about words because we basically hear the school of thought of the 4 L's we call the land, the language, the law, and the love. So in language is one of those things that we deal with very heavily because what we would say was that if you don't know you don't have the understanding or the understanding of the language, then you are not going to be able to be in communication very effectively. Well, we would like to deal with, if it's okay with you, 2 words, kind of like side by side. And that one word is black. And the other word opposite, meaning white. And I just want to say that there are just some things that people say about black. Once you go black, you will never go back. And really, when I think about what's going on in our nation right now, I say that might just be true, not just in the essence of how they talk about it, meaning that if a so-called white person go along with a so-called black person that, they won't want no one else. But the fact is that the evolution of where we are right now in this society with that word black is that people are refusing to even look at what this word really means and how it has been spent on us. So, and for me, I look at it as some kind of a curse in terms of a chanted curse that is being chanted into this existing. So can you tell us who are the people that are referring to themselves as black as well as those as white? So if we can kind of like draw a board and you put one side there, maybe the right side is black and the left side is white, and kind of paint us a picture as to who are these people who are calling themselves that, my sister.
Well, you're accurate when you say it was about a curse. There are a people who were back in ancient times, according to everyone's Bibles, that is, that are supposed to have been cursed. And one of the things they were cursed with is they were cursed to be so-called black. Now, they did not want to not all of them. Some of them are dealing with it and working through it, but most of them did not want to deal with whatever this so-called curse was. And as a result, they traded places with people that were not a part of the curse, blamed other people for being the cursed ones when, in fact, that was not the case. I don't know how many people have heard in their so-called scriptures, which they're reading wrong. And it's not even that they read it in scriptures. They have priests and other people telling them, and you've heard it before, the black man was cursed to be a slave and cursed to be killed off. God cursed Ham and the children of Ham to be black because of something that happened to Noah in his drunkenness and in his nakedness, when that is not quite the case. And there are scholars of the so-called Bible that look like us and look like other people's people that have made a determination that everybody has misinterpreted that. But one of the reasons that lie was put out was so that our people would go along with this abuse that we suffer and believe that it was all about some God-invoked thing, when in fact, so-called Ham, which they call the father of the dark-skinned races, as they say, was never cursed or with blackness or slavery or anything else. It was his youngest son, Canaan, that was cursed to be so-called black. But at the time of the curse, the word black meant bleached up, pale, and white in color. The word black still means bleached up, pale, and white in color, but most people have never looked this word up in any dictionary, so they keep calling themselves all this stuff, and it's the wrong stuff. So we went out hollering about black power, that put so-called black people in more power, because at the time we were kind of at like in the 60s, 70s, late 60s, early 70s, we were kind of at a level place where the so-called dark-complexioned or brown-skinned people during the so-called black power movement were on the verge of making a shift in this paradigm. So the fact that we call ourselves something that we're not and call other people something that they're not puts them in a position of power over us, and we wind up taking on other people's curse because we claim to be a cursed people because we don't know what words mean. So when they say something about a curse and somebody being cursed to be black, that meant you were cursed to be pale-skinned and melanin deficient. If you look up the word black, you will see that. This whole new concept of the word black meaning dark skin is a relatively new concept. And Webster's even acknowledges that to a certain extent in the 1828 dictionary. And, you know, if you guys want, I can read stuff to you or not, but it is what it is.
Well, sis, with that in mind, we have a lot of intelligent brothers and sisters who are out here right now, and they're holding very steadfast to this word. Why do you think they're holding to this word so diligently?
Because they're holding on to the concept of what the word is supposed to, or what everybody perceives that the word describes. So when somebody like me comes along and says that we're not black, they just think, oh, you know, she's ashamed to be black and she hates black people. And I've been told that to my face by so-called black folks. Oh, what's wrong with you? You just hate black people and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, no, I don't really hate anybody. I mean, I've been accused of hating black people. I've been accused of hating white people. I've been accused of hating men. I've been accused of hating the sisters. I mean, I've been accused of hating Christians. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, people learn to listen with an open mind where they can delineate, and this popping is starting to hurt, where they can delineate the differences between what I'm saying and what they're emotionally feeling, then they would be better off. But a lot of people, when you say we're not black, they think you're trying to take away the whole thing that identifies them. You know, when they identify with this, like, oh, this word in ancient Kemet meant black, and this word in ancient so-and-so meant black. And it's like, no, those words in ancient so-and-so meant whatever this concept is that people nowadays use to mean when they utilize the term black. You know, melanin richness, heavy hue, dark complexion, chocolate coloring, or whatever the case may be. Certain words may have meant the concept of this thing that we now erroneously use the word black to describe, but those things do not actually mean black. So when somebody says, oh, this word in ancient Kemet meant black, it's like, I think you're wrong about that. I think the word may have meant what you think the word black means today. But back then, I think people knew the difference between what was so-called black or pale in color and what was so-called melanin rich or heavy-hued or dark complexion. So when people use modern-day terms for ancient-day concepts, and then you start telling them that the terms are wrong, they think you're trying to take away their concept, not knowing that you're just trying to separate them from the term. Because if I look up at the sky and say it's green and I make everybody believe it's green, doesn't mean it is. But if everybody starts saying it's green, when somebody comes along one day and goes, well, no, the sky doesn't look green to me, then you think they're crazy. Because, well, everybody else says it's green, what's wrong with you? Well, I don't know what everybody else says, but it doesn't look green to me based on what I know of green. So the problem with these people today that you're referring to is they have attached a lot of their, especially the people that are evolving into awake awareness or what you call consciousness, a lot of them, when you start taking the term so-called black away from them, they think you're taking away their position of everything that melanin-rich people have done, and that's not what I'm trying to do. If that